small villages of Underberg and Himeville lie in the shadows of the Hodgson's Peaks, or Giant's Cup, a landmark of southern Drakensberg. The villages are separated by a 5-kilometre buffer, a reminder of the long-standing feud that once raged between them. The row of oak trees now growing alongside the road connecting the two hamlets is a symbol of the burying of the hatchet in 1970. Although so closely situated, the two towns carry their own unique identity and promise to the traveller. Underberg, located on the Mzimkhulu River, is an administrative town catering to the dairy, cattle and recently developed timber industries in the area. Underberg was established in 1917 when the railway from Pietermaritzburg reached the area. The railway line, now defunct, was once the vital connector with the outside world, bringing in the mail and essentials and taking out the milk and produce. It also served as the commercial centre and trading point for the long-distance taxis operating between Johannesburg and the Transkei, as well as people who descend the nearby Sani Pass from Lesotho. Tourism is a critical contributor to the Underberg economy. The town is marketed under the Southern Berg Escape and Maloti Drakensberg brands. As a gateway to the southern Drakensberg, there's a broad range of adventure tourism offerings. The district is positioned as a premier fly fishing destination, with the Mzimkhulu River supplemented by many dams. In fact, the Mzimkhulu River is a major contributor to the tourism economy, playing host to the annual Drak Challenge Canoe Marathon, one of the biggest and most popular in South Africa, as well as the Thromby Fest Extreme Water Sports Festival. Located in the foothills of the Drakensberg, hiking and mountain biking are naturally very popular with visitors. The town plays host to the start of the internationally acclaimed Sani to Sea mountain bike race, taking participants to the coast over 3 grueling but picturesque days. For the more bohemian, Underberg hosts the annual Splashy Fen Folk Music Festival, South Africa's very own Woodstock. Himeville is, in contrast, a peaceful, arty village, a landmark en route to the world-famous Sani Pass. The pass links South Africa with the Kingdom of Lesotho and the uKhahlamba Drakensberg Pass, South Africa's first UNESCO World Heritage Site. Himeville was named in 1902 after the then Prime Minister of Natal, Sir Albert Henry Hime, a road engineer elected as Prime Minister of Natal in 1889. The town was first established as a police outpost and a branch of the Border Mounted Rifles in 1890, following a spate of gun running and cattle rustling in the area, a challenge which still exists today. The older of the two towns, Himeville has some stunning stone buildings, one of which is the Himeville Museum, completed in 1899, the last of Natal's forts before housing prisoners until 1972. Across the main road is the St. Michael's and All Angels Anglican Church, a building that is frozen in time and could easily serve as a backdrop for a medieval film set. Framed by oak trees in the peaceful presence of the Drakensberg, the church epitomizes the quiet, gentle town of Himeville. Two contrasting towns offering a wonderful experience to travelers wishing to stay off the beaten track. Worth more than a weekend, the Underberg-Himeville district demands a little more of your time.
We stayed with the Maloti Drakensberg route as we made our way south. Join us on our road trip.
If you drive about 120 kilometers along the N6 from Aliwal North, green valleys run into rugged mountains, providing the picturesque backdrop to a thriving sheep farming community. The road, the R396, connects the N2 north of Mthatha to Indwe in the Eastern Cape, cutting through some of the country's only white mountain peaks, the Switzerland of South Africa. Our journey starts in the foothills of the majestic Eastern Cape Drakensberg. Berkeley East is one of the many gems found along the Maloti Drakensberg route. Home to just about 6,000 people, its charm draws visitors back regularly, especially because of the diversity of cultures and its natural and historical treasures. As one of the highest-lying towns in South Africa, winter snowfalls are almost guaranteed, one of its major drawcards. Like Berkeley West in the Northern Cape, The town was named after Sir Henry Berkeley, a governor of the Cape Colony in the late 17th century. Its history is intertwined with both the Anglo and World Wars. The annual Wild Trout and Partridge Festival is a highlight on the town's calendar, attracting fishermen from far and wide. This mountain wilderness, with summits reaching over 2,500 meters into the sky, offers incredible hiking trails with breathtaking mountain views. If you take the winding 60-kilometer gravel road out of town towards the coordinates 30 degrees 48 minutes south, 27 degrees 57 minutes east, you'll find the little town of Rhodes tucked away in the Eastern Cape Highlands below the most southern tip of Lesotho. This small Victorian-era village on the banks of the wild trout-rich Bell River has become a significant tourist destination, especially for those wanting to venture off the beaten track.
Apart from the character of the village, which is a significant attraction, Rhodes is an outdoor person's absolute mecca. Fly fishing for both wild and rainbow trout, going for hikes, walking up in the mountains, horse riding, at times even whitewater rafting can be done.
Originally known as Rossville, it was renamed after Cecil John Rhodes in the hope that he would make a generous contribution to the town's finances. But legend has it he donated a wagon load of stone pine trees and around 500 pounds. Pine trees in the area bear testimony to this, but the 500 pounds disappeared with the town clerk shortly after it was donated.
In the early 80s, a lot of people from outside bought properties, and gradually a rejuvenation of Rhodes took place where the older buildings were renovated and restored. And then by 1997, Rhodes was proclaimed as a conservation area, previously referred to as a national monument. So the entire village is a national monument, and the purpose of which was to maintain a streetscape. And the streetscape is essentially the character of the village, and the character of the village is a significant attraction. So Rhodes is, one could almost describe it as a village lost in time.
Rhodes was invaded no fewer than 29 times between 1901 and 1902 during the Second Anglo-Boer War. Victorian buildings are scattered throughout the town, including a Herbert Baker-designed school. But if you come to Rhodes, you have to go in winter, because just a stone's throw away is Tiffendell, located 24 kilometers above Rhodes at the GPS coordinates 30 degrees 39 minutes south, 27 degrees 55 minutes east on the slopes of Ben Mukdui Park. This is South Africa's only ski and snowboarding resort.
The rejuvenation of the Tiffendell Ski Resort is a significant attraction as well for the winter months, where many people stop overnight in Rhodes and then go skiing, either staying in the village and commuting or just as a stopover on the way to the Tiffendell Ski Resort.
Established in 1993, it operates from June to September with snowmaking equipment to supplement natural snowfalls. The carefully selected position of the resort on the south-facing slope of the highest mountain in the Cape ensures that the snow lasts, extending the time available for skiing. Professional instructors are on hand to help guests master the trick of the blade. The hotel was recently restored to full operation and reopened last month. To increase the snowmaking capacity, one of the dams in the area was quadrupled in size. The resort has slope lengths of around 1.3 kilometers in total, and with natural snowfalls, you could ski from the highest peak in the Cape Province. Tiffendell employs permanent staff and works to uplift the local communities with training and skills development. Local suppliers are used wherever possible, and the Highlands communities and farmers have always enjoyed a good working relationship with the resort to make for a sustainable future.